Hey there, campers. Hope you're ready to go camping at Grim Pines Park. As we walk around the park, just know that we're pretty new to YouTube. So, if you could like the video, subscribe, it'd be very helpful for us as we create more videos like this to help expand the lore. We have recently also released a Patreon of cool new merchandise that is related to the video, and also a new Discord server so you can communicate with us and other people within the community. Upon the release of this video, we are also taking applications within our Discord server if you want to join in on our videos. I will link everything below. Thank you for watching. Okay. Make sure this thing is recording. Yeah. Okay, good. Good morning, class. My name's Ranger Colt, and I'll be your guide through a little slice of nature today. This here is Grim Pines Park, a fine little stretch of Kentucky wilderness that I've had the pleasure of looking after for the past, about 6 years now. It's not a bad gig, all things considered. Plenty of fresh air, peace and quiet, and some of the best damn sunsets you'll ever see. Now, the park here's been worked on since the 50s. Though this land's been around longer than that, it used to be a hunting ground, then a logging site, got converted into a park after folks realized it was worth preserving. And let me tell you, there's some real history here. Old cabins, abandoned mines, even a few legends about creepy things lurking in the woods. But mostly, it's just a nice place to get away from the world. Also, they recently allowed fishing getting within the stream and lake. You wouldn't imagine the type of fish we got in the water. Now, I know what some of you kids are thinking. This guy's out here all alone in the woods? Doesn't that get boring? And hey, I won't lie. Some days drag on more than others, but there's a kind of peace to it, you know? No honking horns, no neon lights, no TVs blaring bad news every other minute. Just trees, the birds, and the occasional lost hiker who thinks they're smarter than the map. Plus, the phone lines recently got down for maintenance in the past few days, so there's not really many people calling here. Speaking of which, I'm heading down to one of our main campsites right now. We got a few groups staying this weekend. Regulars mostly, but they're good folks who know how to respect the land. See, part of my job is making sure everyone's following the rules in this area. No littering, no feeding the wildlife, and for the love of God, no carving your initials into the trees. You'd be surprised how often I gotta remind people of that one. Afternoon, folks. Just a ranger doing his rounds with a camera. Make sure you smile and say hi to all the kids back in Muldra.
Kids, let me tell you something. If you ever want to make a good cup of coffee, don't make it over a campfire. This stuff tastes like charcoal and regret.
Ignore Jim. He's just grumpy he didn't make it right. We're planning to go hiking up Eagle Rock later. Maybe try fishing before sundown. You ever take that thing up there?
Oh, the video recorder? No, not yet. I just started recording this today for the class. But that's not a bad idea. Might be nice to get some footage of the valley from up top. What about you, Matt? Got any plans besides poking the fire with a stick?
Well, I was going to rustle a bear, but since you're filming, I guess I'll just stick to roasting marshmallows.
Well, fair enough. Glad to see everyone here is enjoying the place, but just a reminder, like always, park rules still apply. No fires past 10 p.m., no feeding the wildlife, and if you ever see any weird tracks, let me know. You never know what's lurking out here these days.
Is that supposed to be a joke, Ranger?
Of course it is. Mostly. Anyway, I'll let you folks get to it. I'll check in again before sundown, so make sure you stay safe. Damn. That coffee did smell like charcoal. Now this right here, this is what I love most about the job. The quiet walks, the fresh air. You really get time to think out here. City folks don't do that much anymore. Always rush from one place to another recently. Out here it's different. Out here, time slows down. Whoa. Huh. Thought I heard something, but guess it was probably just a deer or a squirrel plotting world domination. Remember, kids, don't trust wild animals out here just because they look cute and cuddly. If you've ever been to a forest park before, chances are you've seen one of these from a distance. Tall wooden towers peeking over the treetops. There's my tower. More commonly known as fire watch towers or lookout towers, but that right there, that's my office. My home away from home. That tower right there was built back in the 60s. Though it's had a few repairs over the years, that thing's sturdy as hell. It's been through storms, heavy snowfall, and I heard a rumor that even a tornado came through here one time about 10 years back. But it's still standing strong, and I love it for that. Now, technically, I ain't the only one stationed out here. There's another tower further west and near the river, and we check in with each other now and then over the radio. But for the most part, it's just me in the trees for this little area. Alright, before we head up, let me show you a little of what keeps this place running. First, we got the water supply. I've got a well nearby, but these here are backups in case that runs dry or gets contaminated. Always good to have extra, and you'd be surprised how fast you go through it when it gets hot out here. Next would be the gasoline. It's mostly for the generator for the tower, but it's also handy for the trucks when they come through to restock, but we don't use too much of it out here. And this beauty over here, this is my ride. It ain't much, but it gets me where I need to go. Of course, I don't use it unless it's for, like, extreme emergencies. Park rules, sadly. Gotta stick to foot patrols most of the time. So if you all were hoping for some action-packed, high-speed ranger chase through the forest, I'm sorry to disappoint. This thing's mostly just collecting dust until I really need it. Or, I guess if I really need to drive into town for something, like a huge emergency, but very unlikely. Alright, that's enough sightseeing for down here. Let's head on up. Now, this. This right here is what makes the job worth it. All that walking, all those bug bites, and the occasional whoops I tripped over the root. It's all worth it when you get to see this view every day. You don't get this in the city, kids. That's for sure. No car horns, no sirens, no crowded streets, just this. Peace and quiet. You know, when I first took this job, I didn't think I'd last more than a year out here. Figured I missed the noise, the people, but after a while, this place really grows on you. You start appreciating the small things, the way the light hits the trees at sunset, the way the fog rolls in over the hills in the morning. It's just something special, you know?
Tower 2 to Tower 7. Colt, you there? Come in.
Huh. Well, looks like we've got some company. Hold tight, class. Let's see who's checking in. Tower 7 here. Go ahead, Tower 2.
Hey, you been getting anything weird on your end? Had a couple of calls come in earlier and folks saying they saw something strange out near the old trail. Just checking if you saw or heard anything.
Negative. Haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. What kind of strange are we talking, though?
I'm honestly not sure. One guy sounded pretty spooked. Said he saw some folks wander around his campsite real late. It didn't sound like other campers, though, since when I went around, I didn't find anyone extra or, well, anything out of the ordinary. He said he hid in the tree line so he couldn't get a good look at them.
Huh. Probably just some lost campers or hikers that went off the wrong trail. I'll take a walk down there later and see if I can find anybody that needs a hand. But you'll need a radio back if I spot anything.
Yeah, if you could. Just keep an eye out. Something feels wrong in these past few days.
Don't it always? Well, there you have it, class. A little bit of excitement in our peaceful Low Park. Probably nothing, though. We usually get these calls, well, more common than people think. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. Alright, so it's about, what, a little past 9 now? Decided I'd head out and check in on the campers, make sure everything's alright. Just a routine sweep though, so it's nothing too serious. Grabbing the flashlight, got the radio. Gonna make the round and see if everything's where it's ought to be. Should be quick. And if I see anything spooky, well, I guess I'll have the tape on for it. Okay, let's get this over with. Oh boy, you could really feel that breeze. Didn't really think it'd be this cold at night in July. My God. Remember, kids, if you ever go camping overnight in a park like this or anything similar to that, bring some heavy clothing. You never know what might happen overnight. Might be a little bit too chilly for you. Alright, heading to the first camp now. She'll be about 3 folks here. Saw them earlier today, so they're good people, but just checking in to make sure no one got themselves eaten by a bear or started any fires where they couldn't. But not like we have many bears out here anywhere. Evening, folks. Just your friendly neighborhood park ranger doing his rounds. Don't mind me, just making sure y'all still breathing.
Hey, Ranger Colt. Is everything all right?
Oh, come on. Do we really look that helpless?
No. Just doing my job. Keeping the peace and making sure no one's got their marshmallows too close to the fire, you know? Still, I figured I'd check in. Anything weird down here tonight?
Nope. It's been quiet. Just us, the fire, a couple of drinks. We thought we heard some weird noises earlier. Sounded like coughing, but it was way past the tree line. We thought it was probably you.
Coughing, huh?
Yeah, I thought it was another group of people camping out here. I swear I heard more than one. Maybe some late hikers, but sounded kind of off. You know? Like, there wasn't just one person, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at it, but if you see or hear anything else weird, just give me a holler or radio into the tower. Make sure to keep your lanterns close, too, and don't go wandering off into the woods at night. First stop was good. No fires where they shouldn't be, and no missing campers. But I wonder what they mean about that coughing. I definitely wasn't out there earlier. Could be nothing, but I'll keep an ear out. Okay, on our way to the second campsite. From my knowledge, there's only one person at this one, in which I passed him earlier. However, I didn't have the camera on at the time, so... yeah, but I still gotta check in to make sure everything's fine. So, we have quite a bit of distance to cover to get to the second camp spot. But it is the perfect time for me to explain how you can also camp out here as well, if you want to come to Grim Pines Park and basically do what I do every day and camp under the stars. So, Grim Pines Park, we have two forms of communication for setting up reservations within the camping areas. The first one is physical. Essentially in front of the park, which is right off the little highway, we have a little checkpoint, little barrier that separates us between the park and the main highway, and somebody's usually always stationed there to basically protect the park, but also at the same time help people who want to set up reservations for the camps. And essentially, we have a calendar out there of what spots are reserved, what spots are closed for certain days, and what days of the year we're open and closed, because we have some holidays that we allow and some holidays we go. Anyway, the second form of communication is a little awkward right now, because a little bit ago we were informed over the radio that the phone lines were down for maintenance, and in which we can't really accept any phone calls at all because there's no possible way to get any. Thankfully, myself and multiple other rangers were notified about this through our radios, like the one you saw back in the tower. It would have been a perfect heads up for us if, well, we saw a lot of people come in before the holiday. However, I haven't really seen much people out here. And honestly, for July 4th, which is one of our most busiest days of the year, I would think I'd see a lot more people out here, but guess they have a lot more busy things back in town. Hey there, bud. Just making my rounds.
Evening, Ranger. Is everything all right?
Funny. I was just about to ask you the same thing.
All's good here. Just enjoying the quiet and sitting by the fire.
Alright then. Have a good night. See that, class? That's someone who knows what they're doing and enjoying the outdoors to their full potential. Okay, we're almost done with the rounds. There's one more stop up the hill. The camping spot we're about to head up to is known as the Stargazer spot. The reason it's gained its name for this is because it is the highest point within the park that you can actually rent out for a camping spot. And in my opinion, besides my tower or the hills or mountains around us, which you can't reserve any spots there to actually camp overnight, this is the clearest spot. You can look at all the stars, so I wonder who the lucky people are who reserve this, because it's actually a very competitive spot to get. Hey there, sir. Just making my rounds. Hope I ain't interrupting.
Nah, you're fine, Ranger. Just enjoying some peace and quiet, you know.
Not a bad spot for it. Everything good here?
Yeah. Well, mostly. My wife's in there. Been feeling under the weather the last couple of days. Bad cough.
Sorry to hear that. She doing okay? Didn't need me to radio anyone in?
Nah. She thinks it's just a cold. Told me to stay out here for a bit so I don't catch it. Guess I don't mind sleeping under the stars for a bit.
Well, if she gets worse, don't wait too long to get her checked out. Last thing you want is for it to turn worse out here.
Yeah. If she ain't better in the next day or two, I'll pack up and head back into town.
Alright then. I'll let you get back to your peace and quiet. Just keep an eye on her, and if you need anything, I have my radio on me.
Appreciate it, Ranger. Have a good night.
Okay. There you go. Sorry about that, class. The camera died and I had to put a new battery back into it, but upon doing that, I saw we have one extra camper here tonight. And if I remember correctly, came in 2 nights ago, set up a hole spread with a Big 10 unit generator. Most folks don't bring stuff like that unless they're planning to stay for a while. It's weird that I thought he was by the other tower, but let's go check it out. Hey there, Ranger Colt here. Just checking in on you. You around? Hello? You in there? Maybe he turned in early, or took a walk.
Whoa. Sorry, didn't mean to spook you there, Ranger.
God. Damn near gave me a heart attack. You always sneak up on folks like that?
Only when they're poking around my tent.
Fair enough. Was just doing my rounds, making sure everything's all right out here.
Well, everything's good on my end. Just needed to grab some extra wood before I turn in for the night. Forest is real quiet tonight.
As it always is. Well, you have a good night. Try not to give anyone else a heart attack out here. Alright. That's the last stop for the night. Everyone's accounted for. No rule breakers. No bears sniffing around. Just folks enjoying the great outdoors. Well, except for the guy up there with his sick wife. Hope she's alright. Might check in on him again tomorrow, just to be safe. Some folks might find you a little bit lonely out here, but I've always liked it. Gives you time to think, time to just listen to the world around you. Well, it's time to head back up to the tower and catch some shut-eye. Been a long day, and I've got another lesson to film tomorrow afternoon. Think I'll talk about the local wildlife next, and maybe show some of the old trails folks don't use as much anymore. Alright everyone, that's it for tonight. Hope you all learned a thing or two. Next time we'll take a look at what makes this place special. 'Cause, trust me, there's more to these woods than just the trees and trails. And no, I ain't talking about Bigfoot. Good afternoon, class. Hope you all got some good sleep last night, 'cause I sure as hell didn't. Some kind of animal was screaming real close to the tower last night, but hey, that's nature for you. And so, today's lesson is about one of the special parts of the park. One not a lot of folks visit much anymore because it was just recently opened. This here is Blue Creek Trail. Used to be one of the main hiking routes back in the 70s, but after they built newer trails, it kind of fell out of use. But these days, most visitors don't even know it's here, given its overcrowded population of bushes and grass and trees, which means it's still got that untouched wild beauty. This trail right here leads to one of the best spots within the whole park, the lake. Technically, it's Grim Pines Lake, but most folks just call it the lake, 'cause well, there ain't another one around here. It's fed by a natural spring, stays crystal clear year-round, and let me tell you, you get out here in the morning, and the whole thing's like a damn mirror. Plus, the low river that feeds into the lake is crystal blue. Almost shines perfectly when you look at it, and which is why the trail got its name originally. There she is, the main supplier to the lake herself. You know, when the park opens up a little bit more, the phone lines aren't down for maintenance anymore. I bet we're gonna get a call from Central and have them get a crew down here to clear out these paths. Who knows, they might even have a low option for you to ride canoes or little rafts down this low river here. Oh, my jobs can get so much more complicated with tourists trying to ride a boat. Also, sorry in advance if this camera falls off while I'm on this trail. I have a little mount that sits on my shoulder for it, but the amount of trees and bushes that I have to walk through in this trail is just astounding. It's bound to happen. Now that right there is a view. Always been something real special about this place. Yeah. Some of the old-timers say that the water's never truly still, that even when there's no wind, the lake's always got a ripple somewhere. Used to think that was just some type of spooky campfire story, but it's beautiful. Well, anyway, I'll be doing some rounds later, checking in on the campsites again, but for now, let's enjoy the view. Now, one of the best things about this place is the fishing. Yeah, I know, it's catch and release. Don't go thinking you can come here and haul in your dinner, but trust me, it's worth the experience. We got smallmouth bass, bluegill, crappie, even the occasional catfish if you know where to look. And let me tell you, some of these fish fight like hell. When you get them on the line, you get a hook and all you get is a good-sized bass. And for a few minutes, it's just you and the lake and seeing who gives up first. Used to be an old wooden dock over there, back when this place got a lot more visitors. Got torn down a few years back after a couple of storms knocked it loose. Now it's just the fish and folks like me who still wander out this way. But I'm sure they'll make a new one soon. The hell was that? Sounded like a wreck, but out here? Damn roads are pretty far from here too, but somebody must have really lost control. Okay, change of plans, guys. We're gonna take a little detour, see what's going on. I don't like the idea of someone being stuck out here with no help.
Ranger, what's going on?
Are you okay? Did you hear that just now?
Yeah, we're all fine. We heard something, but we thought it was just thunder or just like a tree falling.
Alright, you guys stay put. If anything weird happens, get in your cars and head out of here. I'll check back soon. Oh, fuck. tracks, there's so much blood. Hello? Where did they go? What happened here? Alright, class. First off, I gotta apologize for cutting things off further. I had to keep my focus, you know. These woods are peaceful, but every now and then things happen that need my full attention. And that car crash, well, it's been a long evening. The car's been towed out of here. No signs of the driver. Well, no trails leading off. It's like they're just gone or left so quick. Sheriff came down though, took a look, but there ain't much they can do till morning. I figure the driver might be wandering out there somewhere, disoriented or passed out from possible injuries they may have gotten. Tower 7 to Tower 2. You there?
Yeah, Cope, I'm here. Any updates on the missing driver?
No. No sign of him. The car's been towed away, but there's no telling where they ran off to. There's no blood or tracks, it's just like they just vanished.
That's damn strange. I'll keep an eye out over here. If they're still out there, they might be delirious from a head injury or something. We had an accident a few years back. A kid flipped over his ATV, wandered around hours before anyone found him. Could be the same deal.
Maybe. It is possible they hitched a ride out of here before we even got to him. It's hard to say.
Yeah, well, just keep your doors locked tonight, all right? If they're hurt bad enough, they might try to find shelter. Maybe inside your own tower.
I don't mind company or helping out people who are injured, but breaking in would be a hell of a first impression.
I'm just saying, be careful. If they don't turn up by morning, the sheriff's gonna have to send out a full search team. Keep me posted.
Yeah, will do. Well, class, there's your lesson for the day. Sometimes nature's unpredictable. You think you've got everything figured out, but then something just doesn't make sense.
Hello? Park Ranger? Sir, we need a moment of your time.
Morning, fellas. Something I can help you with?
Good morning, sir. Sorry to wake you, but we need to ask you a few questions.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Just, mind telling me what this is all about?
We're just conducting a routine check, sir. There's been some concerns in the area. We wanted to know if you've seen anything or heard anything unusual in the past 24 hours. Anything that stood out to you.
Well, there was a car crash down by the old road yesterday. Driver just went up and vanished. No sign of him. Sheriff already had the car towed after we couldn't find any clues where the guy went, but besides that, I don't know.
Is there anything else by chance? Strange noises, people acting off?
Look, fellas, I get the feeling you ain't here just to ask about a lost hiker. What exactly is going on? I would like to know if it's in my park.
Thank you for your time, sir. Just, if anyone does come around acting strange, it's best to keep your distance.
Good afternoon, class. Unless I edited out earlier, I forgot to turn off the camera last night, and we had some unexpected guests this morning. But back to the main job, in which we're going to be doing our routine checks within the camps. Bunch of friendly folks over there. She'll be up by now, so let's see what they're doing.
Morning, Ranger.
Morning to you, too. Hope you all had a good night. Are y'all down a person? Someone go for a morning hike?
Yeah, Sarah wandered off a little while ago. She was up before the rest of us probably and needed some space. Didn't say where she was going, though.
That's so. Y'all sure she wasn't feeling sick or anything?
Nah, last night she was fine. Probably just needed to stretch her legs. She's been here before, so she knows the trails.
Alright. Well, if she's not back soon, give me a holler on the radio. Don't want anyone getting lost out here, even if they're familiar with the place.
Will do. Appreciate it, Ranger.
Morning. You doing all right out here?
Yep. All good. Just enjoying the quiet.
That's good to hear. Weather's holding up nice today. Should be a perfect day for fishing down at the lake if you're interested.
Huh. Might just do that. Figure I'll enjoy the peace while I can.
Alright, well, holler if you need anything. I got my radio on me too if you need to call. Otherwise, I'll leave you to it. Oh, I forgot to mention, we also have some good news about our missing driver. We have a possible confirmation on the person's identity, in which it is a hunter. However, we still don't know where they are. One of the police had radioed in and had stated they read the plates of the car to a location within Muldra. However, when they got to the residency of the house, it was, well, abandoned in a way. He stated that the house was like well, torn up and just beaten down. There's some blood on the side, but we don't know. He probably stated it was a normal thing for hunters, since the house he went to wasn't like one of the normal ones you see in a suburb where everyone's close. This was like a house that was by itself in the woods, like the ones out here, for example. There's not many neighbors, but a person, or the hunter, had owned a lot of land around him, so I guess he just appointed a house by himself so he could basically hunt in peace. But he did see that there was a lot of footprints around, so probably a lot of other people there were looking for him as well, probably family members or something like that, but we have a good confirmation of him now, so hopefully we can find him and, well, ask what happened. Hey, bud. How's your wife doing this morning?
Still coughing. I told her to just rest still. Still hoping it's just a cold, but yeah, I'm giving her space. It's gotten a little bit better, though.
Alright. Well, if it somehow gets even worse, there's a clinic about a few miles away from here in Maldra. I can write you in a lift if you need it.
Nah, she'll be fine. We don't need a helicopter to pick us up and bring us to a clinic. All she needs is some rest.
Alright, well, I'll check in later. You take care, alright? Oh, and also I have my radio, so if something ever happens, call in, okay? Huh. I guess the guy left last night. Alright, class. After finishing routine checkups with the campers, we are now going on to our nice little adventure, which brings us to another trail. Now, this trail's not the same one as before, where it was leading to the lake. This leads us to somewhere completely different, but had to be shut down for years because, well, too many people took it and came into contact with wildlife and just kept messing with them. Now, I ain't out here breaking the rules just for fun or to make a perfect video for you guys. The main purpose to go on this closed trail is to keep an eye out for that missing driver from the other day. No one's seen him yet, and the other towers haven't radioed in that someone turned up at theirs. But I'll be damned if I let someone get lost out here or hurt without at least checking places folks tend to end up. There it is, one of the oldest caves within Green Pines Park. Now, thinking about it, it's probably the main reason why the hiking trail was closed. Given if a hiker was going past it at the time when it was opened, and whatever animal was sleeping inside saw it and got agitated, who knows what could have happened. I'll have to be careful when I get next to it. Hello? Is anyone in there? Now's the time to speak up if you're in there. Figures. Can't imagine anyone from the crash making it out here, but I had to check. Well, I didn't really have anything else for my schedule today. Showing you guys the cave and, well, the little lost trail here was pretty much my agenda, but I guess I have to think of some other things to do to help spice up the moment. I think a good place to start would be cleaning up that blood that was left from the car area. They did tow it away, which that's perfect, but there was still so much blood there. In which, as rangers, if we see bones or blood like that, usually we just leave it to the wild, since, well, it's just nature. But given the quantity of it and the basic freshness of it, I'm afraid it might attract some unnecessary animals, so I'll probably have to get a few buckets of water to clean that up. Don't want it to scare the people walking in here as well. Well, ain't that something?
Well, look who it is. Afternoon, mind you.
Sergeant Walker, can't say I expected to run into your boys out here. You on a little hiking trip?
Not exactly. We're doing some training exercises out here. Basic wilderness navigation, survival drills, that kind of thing. Figured the park was a good place to do it.
Oh. And I'm guessing that has nothing to do with the missing driver from the crash the other day?
Well, since search and rescue is a part of our skill set, we figured we'd use this opportunity to help out, considering it the training out with a purpose.
As long as your men don't get lost in the woods where I need to find them, I don't mind a little extra help. The woods are big enough as it is, and it's easy to get turned around out here if you don't know what you're doing.
Don't worry, Ranger. We'll stay out of your way. We're just doing our part to make sure no one's laying in a ditch somewhere.
You know, call me old-fashioned, but wouldn't this kind of thing usually be the job for the police? If someone's gone missing, I'd figure they'd be the ones handle it, not the army.
You ain't been in town for a while, have you, Ranger?
It's been a few weeks, yeah, but not exactly a short drive either. Been a good 15 miles out from main roads, and the phone lines are down, so I can't talk to anyone from it. But why?
Let's just say the police are a little tied up right now. There's been a lot going on in town, and their hands are full dealing with other problems. More important things than some poor bastard wandering off after a crash.
Well, ain't that just great? Man, it's been a hell of a few days, huh? Car crashes, missing drivers, soldiers marching through the woods. Now, it feels like the whole park's got this weird energy about him. Something's off. I can feel it. Ain't like this place to be so restless.
Hello? Is someone there? I need help.
This is Ranger Colton, Tower 7. Where are you located?
I don't know. I was camping near the other tower. I thought I knew a trail, but I can't find my way back. And there's... oh, God. There's something in the woods. It's been following me. I don't know what it is, but it's fast. It's not an animal.
Alright, listen to me and stay calm. Need to find trail markers. There should be some orange ribbons tied to trees or signs nearby you that are on the trail. They'll lead you back towards the Firewatch Towers. Do you see any?
Yeah, I see one. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm moving.
Good. That's good. Keep following them. One at a time, you'll see signs that lead towards a tower. Make sure you stay on the trail, and whatever you do, don't go off the trail.
Oh, God. It's getting closer.
Don't stop and keep moving, slow and quietly. Just get to the next marker, alright? I'll turn on the tower lights so you can see me further away. There, I turned on the tower lights. Are you able to see them? Sir, do you copy? Are you there?
What the fuck are these things? Stay back!
What the hell is going on out here?
Everyone, fall back!
Alright, listen up. Something's out here, might be a wild animal, or even worse. Either way, I need all of you to start packing up and head to your cars. You'll be safer there.
But, Ranger, Sarah hasn't come back yet.
What? Fuck. Okay. I'll find her. You guys just get packed and get to safety.
Freeze! Oh, fuck, it's just you, Ranger. They're all dead. All of them. We just kept shooting them, but they never went down. We weren't told anything.
Listen. Just listen to me. Get to the watchtower and stay there. Do not stop for anything. Lock the door and wait for me, you understand?
Yeah. See you there.
Where the hell is everyone? Ma'am, is your husband all right? What the fuck? Ma'am, stop right there. I need you to stay where you are. Ma'am, can you not hear me? I need you to stay Oh my God. Stay back. I said stay back. Where's the camera? What the fuck? What's going on here? You guys, why are you still here? She's following me up to the tower. We'll barricade them. Oh, fuck. 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 They're everywhere out there. What the fuck is happening here? Wait. You got a radio, right? Military grid? What we need out here is the military. I don't know what's happening to all the campers, but it's so fucking bad. You need a call for backup. Can you do that?
Fuck. Yeah, I can do it. This is Private Reynolds from the National Guard Training Division. We're stationed at Grim Pines Park, requesting immediate evac. We have a large number of infected in the area. I repeat.
God.
A large number of hostiles.
What happened to all of you?
The extraction, over. Hello? Someone there. Please. Someone pick up.
Copy that, Private. This is Eagle 1. ETA, 3 minutes. Hold your position. Over.
Okay. Yeah. Just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. That's all we need to do.
Why is it?
Fuck. What's going on?
Fuck.
What's wrong? What's hurting?
I don't feel so good.
Hold on. I might have some medical supplies in here. Okay, bandages. Yeah, fucking pain suppressant, something. Come on. No. Stay with me. Stay with me, man.
Sure.
What the fuck? What the fuck's happening? Get back. Come on, man, don't make me do this. Please. Son of a bitch. Shit. No more ammo. God. Why the fuck did you have to make me do it? What the fuck is happening here? It doesn't make any sense. Everything was normal just a few hours ago. Now this? God. I really wish I could have saved all of you. But I just don't know what's happening. If only we knew.
Ranger, have you been bitten?
What? What do you mean?
Have you been bitten?
I mean, yeah. The soldier inside, he, I don't know what he did, but it's just a scratch. It's nothing.
Okay. Stay still. We'll pick you up.
The concept behind Grim Pines Park comes from the idea rooted within Project Zomboid that there are people so isolated from civilization that they would have no clue about the outbreak as it unfolds. We built our story around the park ranger stationed in his beloved Forest Park, a hotspot for both locals and tourists looking to camp. With the phone lines going down in early July, most people wouldn't have known of what was happening in town unless they had access to high-powered radios. Something a ranger might have. This created an eerie sense of isolation and growing tension as the outside world slowly collapses, creeping closer to those who are completely unaware. While Grim Pines Park isn't an official location on Project Zomboid's map, many of us on the team had visited Kentucky and have found the idea of a secluded park to be a perfect fit for the game's world. With existing in-game ranger vehicles and equipment as inspiration, we felt compelled to bring this vision to life. We've also taken community feedback into account, refining our assets to better reflect the 1990s. As shown in the video, our soldiers have been completely redesigned and modeled, and weapons have been adjusted to include era-appropriate choices like the N16 and SPAS-12. To help further ground Grim Pines Park in the world of Project Zomboid, we've placed it on our map positioned in the dense forest to the south of Muldra. If we ever do a server, we will include it within our map. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure you stay tuned because for the next one, you might need a birthday invitation.